You know those QR codes you see everywhere? On your takeout bag, a concert ticket, the back of a ketchup bottle? They're just kind of there. Let's face it, they're usually these ugly, jagged little black and white squares. But what if they could be something more? What if they could actually be a piece of art? Something like this knight pulling a sword from a stone. Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today. So on one hand, you've got the standard QR code. I like to call it the dumb link. It's really just a one-way street, a shortcut that dumps you on a static website, and half the time it's not even a good one. But on the other hand, you have what QRon is building, a living portal. Now, this isn't just a link. It's a secure, interactive gateway to a whole new experience. And that shift from a dumb link to a living portal is a total reinvention of how we connect physical things to the digital world. And this just shows you the difference perfectly, right? On the left, yeah, there's that familiar kind of boring black and white box. But on the right, that's a piece of art. It's this knight in incredible ornate armor. The detail is amazing. But here's the part that'll blow your mind. That intricate pattern on the armor itself, that is the code. It's totally scannable. And it's our doorway from a simple read-only world into a read, write, and verify world. Okay, so to really get this, I want to walk you through their main demo. Just imagine you see this amazing artwork of the knight on a product. You pull out your phone, open your camera, and just point it at the art. This is where the whole journey kicks off. The second your camera locks on, the TrueMark protocol jumps into action. So before you even see a web page, your phone is doing a super fast, secure check on the blockchain. It's looking for a unique digital signature, but it's smarter than just asking, is this real? It's also checking the context. Like, has this exact same ID been scanned in Tokyo and New York in the last 5 minutes? Because that's impossible. If so, it knows it's a fake. But if it's real, boom, you get that instant green shield. Authentic. Right after that, the AI story engine gets to work. It actually looks at the object's real-world scan history and creates a totally unique story. It tells you about this specific knight, a traveler on a mission for authenticity. It might say something like, "Greetings, I was forged in San Francisco and battled counterfeit foes across the Texas plains. Your scan right here in New York proves my journey is true." It's literally giving the object a digital soul. And then, the real magic happens. The screen changes, and using your camera, that very same knight is now standing in 3D, right there on your coffee table. And get this is WebXR, so you didn't have to download any special app. You can actually walk around it, you can see its cape move, and watch it come to life, pulling a glowing sword right out of a stone. This isn't just some static model, it's a living, breathing experience. And here's the absolute game changer. Your engagement gets rewarded. After you interact with the knight, you get to claim a digital collectible. Maybe it's that glowing sword or a piece of custom armor, and you earn QRon tokens sent right to your wallet. You literally just got paid for proving a product was real. So, you're probably wondering, how does all this work? I mean, it seems like magic. Well, the whole QRon protocol is built on 3 core pillars that work together to turn a simple scan into this powerful two-way conversation. Let's break them down real quick. First up is TrueMark. This is the foundation of trust. It's the security layer that does its job in that first millisecond. By using blockchain verification and mixing it with things like geolocation and velocity checks, it can spot what they call clone attacks instantly. It's what makes it possible to tell the difference between one real product and 1,000 fakes. The second pillar is experience. This is all the magic you actually see and feel. It's the AR knight coming to life, the AI-generated story that gives the object a personality. This whole layer is designed to turn a boring, passive scan into an immersive, memorable moment that builds a real connection between you and the product. And finally, there's autoflow. Think of this as the brains of the operation. It creates this two-way street of value. While you're enjoying the night story, the system can automatically flag you as an engaged customer and send that info to the brand's sales team. It turns a passive scan into a real relationship for the brand, and you didn't have to fill out a single boring form. So we have this incredible technology. But let's talk about the why. Because, as cool as AR Knights are, QRon is actually designed to solve a huge global problem, counterfeiting. The global counterfeit market is valued at an insane $4.5 trillion every year. That's over 3% of all global trade. It's massive. And look, this goes way beyond just fake luxury bags. We're talking about counterfeit goods that are a direct threat to our lives. Fake airplane parts, fake brake pads, and one of the scariest ones is fake pharmaceuticals. the medicine that people depend on to survive. So how does QRon actually stop this? Well, with a normal QR code, a counterfeiter can just copy it a million times and every scan still goes to the real website. But with QRon, even if a counterfeiter copies the code, the network's brain, those velocity and geochecks, will see that a single unique ID is being scanned in multiple places at once. The system knows that's physically impossible, flags it as a clone attack, and just rejects the fake. Simple as that. Now, this ability to verify truth at a massive scale opens the door to a completely new kind of economic model. QRon calls it the authentic economy, and it's built on a really cool concept called truth mining. Now, when we hear mining, our brains usually jump to Bitcoin, right? Where these giant server farms burn insane amounts of energy just to solve random math puzzles. That's proof of work. Truth mining is totally different. It's proof of verification. The work you're doing isn't solving a pointless puzzle. It's the genuinely useful act of confirming that a physical thing in the real world is authentic. You are literally creating value by confirming reality. So, the big question, where does the money for your reward come from? This isn't some magic internet money. The value is backed by real-world revenue. Brands pay a monthly subscription fee to use the platform, and a piece of that real money goes into the reward pool. So, in a way, the brand is actually paying you to protect their reputation and to engage with their products. It's a perfect loop. And this isn't just some theory for the future. For cannabis brands, it can prove a product is lab-tested while showing you cool AR flavor profiles. For a luxury watch, it creates a verifiable digital service history that can actually increase its resale value. And for pharmaceuticals, it creates a global safety net, turning every patient into a safety inspector who gets paid to find dangerous fakes. All of this brings us to one final, really big thought. We're moving beyond just proving if something is real or fake and into a world where every single physical object can have a memory, a history, a soul. So I'll just leave you with this question to chew on. What happens when every object you own can prove its own story? That, right there, is the promise of the authentic economy. A world where every product tells its story. Every scan proves the truth, and every single user who helps out earns real tangible value for doing it. It's a pretty fascinating look at where our physical and digital worlds are headed.